Okay, welcome everyone to the wallet development and testing session for today, Tuesday, January 14th. And let's see here. Uh, Arvind, were there any updates or anything that you wanted to bring to our attention before at the beginning of the session? Arvind, can you hear us? So Arvind, let's see here. He was able to hear us earlier. Okay, you can hear me. So let's see here.
Is that okay?
Oh, there we go. Now we can hear you.
Okay, maybe I wait a minute. Maybe it's lack of that. Actually, these days I'm not work on the more new feature with the My RChain Wallet. It's about just reflect the code and make it more stable. So
Okay.
I'm uh uh I just watched the last week's meeting. You said that there's something it may be need to be resolved. What's the detail of that problem?
Yeah, that was something that I said.
I think it was maybe it was Tomislav. It was something with the way it's charged or looking for the balance. But I don't know if I would do too much work on that at this point because that's still in flux in terms of the platform, right?
So
Because right now,
actually,
every time you check for balance, it costs some kind of rev.
Right.
you mean the real amount of the check balance of the Rev?
Yeah, when you click that little update balance button to check your balance, it charges you for that transaction.
Yeah, because at this state we get the data uh, for by deploying a contract.
Right.
You know, deploying contract it should cost Rev. So when every time you just recheck your check balance, it's redeploy a check balance contact. So it will cost your Rev again because
Yeah.
there is no API or some method we can get data from blockchain by now
Right.
except
So one way would be to read the logs, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't change that now because my understanding is the co-op devs are working to come up with a better solution. It just may not be available.
yeah, if there
So
are any updates of the blockchain that everybody can get data without deploying exactly about balance this type of data, um, we can just uh, check it without deploying a
right.
new contract.
Yep. And then the other thing, Arvin, was so if you already have a wallet and you've logged in, you get a very different login. And I find it not very user friendly,
You
especially.
can say what's the detail. You can just show uh post your question, your idea or question.
No, so what I'm saying is if you so if you've already logged in and you forgot your password, you have no way to get past that login screen except to clear your cache, which is not very user friendly. Instead, you have this other window that comes up that allows you to uh, log in with your private key. You know, it's a more robust login, and I think you should always be using that one
You
because
mean everybody? You mean you want a way to log in by enter the private key?
No, what I'm saying is, well, yes, but what I'm saying is you already have a perfect login window. But for some
Yeah.
reason, if you detect somebody's already logged in, you don't show that. You show this kind of small single function login, and it's really not user friendly. So what I'm saying is you should always just show the more.
I know you mean. You mean that every time you open my RChain Wallet when you have login, you it just show the unlock page. Is that?
Yes, the more full version
Okay,
login
I
page.
know.
Yeah,
This I will change it this week
cool.
because we can add mm, op, uh option that is auto login. If you click this option, then every time when you uh, enter my RChain Wallet, you will just log into it with the password to unlock. Or if you didn't choose the auto login this option, that you will every time redirect to the login page. Then you can just type in your password, or just if you forget the password, you can restore your account from your private key or mnemonic phrase. Is that solution is okay?
Yeah, I don't know who would really want that auto login. So I just think the full login screen every time is
So you mean you don't want an auto login option?
I
no,
find that
because
very convenient. I love it. Don't take it away.
yeah, but it's actually very not user friendly if you don't have your password handy. And you can't
Yeah.
get past it. There's not even a button on there to say, show me the full screen. And so basically you're stuck. And so that's why I don't like it. The user should never
Yeah.
be stuck.
So it should have a create account or something.
So that's what I'm saying. The other login screen he has is already perfect. So all
Okay.
that functionality is and more is already built into the other login screen. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So I don't see any reason not to just show that main login screen all the time, because you can do everything from there.
Yeah. I will change it this week.
Okay, cool.
And next week we can see.
Okay.
Is that better? Yeah.
Yeah, that's excellent. So one other thing I wanted to talk about, which is, we haven't talked about this in a while, but, we're going to be announcing mainnet and a block height
Yeah.
pretty soon. And I forgot where we stand with, if I have my Rock in an Ethereum wallet and I have my private key, can Arvin, I use your wallet with that private key to see my Rev balance after the swap? I forgot.
You mean that if you just type in your private key in the My RChain Wallet, can I see your private key?
Yes, can you see? So, sorry, let me back up. So if I have my Rock in an
Yeah.
Ethereum wallet and I have
Yeah.
the private key, and then after the swap, I use my RChain wallet and put in my old Ethereum private key, do you also recognize that and show me my Rev balance?
I think there are two steps because at first, remember the first step is my RChain Wallet didn't have any backend. It just you can consider it as a static website. It didn't have any backend, so I cannot see everyone's private key or something else. This is the first step, And then is that this page, my RChain Wallet didn't connect to the either mainnet, so my RChain Wallet cannot know how many rock or either or some other ERC20 token balance with the my RChain Wallet.
Yeah, so I think I understood your question. So yes, I think it will be a direct mapping of Ethereum private keys to our chain. Basically, the addresses are different, but the public and private keys are the same.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you will log with your Ethereum private key, and My RChain Wallet will show you your balance.
Yeah, yeah. If you everyone, if for example, if we get some high block height, make sure that we will make swap the rock and rev. Use the same either provide key in the My RChain Wallet. You will get the right amount of rev. This can be okay because My RChain Wallet is just a web page that connect to the um, mainnet through the gRPC or the HTTP. So if the mainnet have this swap, you can consider My RChain Wallet as a small D app. And My RChain Wallet will not store any information with uh, the for example the provide key or other stuff. And you for example you can use the Tom Sloth web wallet also, because it's just a web page that connect to the mainnet. It didn't have any very strong combination. So if we make sure that some highlight block height make the swap, I think My RChain Wallet can get this value, this rev value immediately as the block the blockchain is can read the data. If the blockchain can read the data, My RChain Wallet can be work on right now.
Ned, does that answer your question?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it'd be good if we had a way to test it, but yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just read the uh limited the security question in the wallet channel, and I think there's some easy way to save this problem, that just make this web page into the desktop page. Just I'm wondering that do you know that the chain X this this chance wallet is have a two step two part. The first one is the web part. The second part is the uh, desktop part. Uh, they use the same um, technology React and Gatsby or some other technology framework to make the web page, and use the Electron web framework to make the web wallet web page into a desktop application. So if you using the Electron, I can make it make the My RChain Wallet into a desktop application in very very soon. Yeah. For example, 2 weeks
Yeah,
like
that'll
that.
be great to be able to provide My RChain Wallet in those different formats, web version, mobile version, and everything in between.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I just made some Electron desktop applications, so I have some experience on this part. So and I think maybe it's not very hard. It's just we can use JavaScript, HTML, and CSS to build uh, a desktop application, through this way, um, you can choose your way to
Hmm.
use the Rev. For example, if you just think My RChain Wallet is not very um, security, you can download the desktop version. So when you using your desktop, you can just open the My RChain Wallet application. It's you didn't open the web page, and you don't hear about DNS hack or some other some stuff.
I'm I really want. I'm looking forward to the deploy option where we have a text box and we can deploy code and we can do something besides payments. We could run applications from the wallet.
This part I think I can work it later after I made this step. For example, in the um several weeks later, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, because I think it is this day the point 19 version of the Arnold is not launched. I also wait to test this version.
Okay.
So I mean, right now you're deploying code to the chain, although it's not doesn't seem to be working right now. But if we wanted to do some other deploy, some other transaction, okay, you could deploy
Yeah,
that.
because I'm not found some way to get any uh, stuff like contract or something to get all the transaction.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about getting transaction. I'm talking about running a transaction. I want to run some code on our chain.
Okay,
I
I
want a
know.
text box where I can paste in the row line and I can submit
Yeah,
it to the chain.
yeah. I know you want some stuff like RChain dot plot.
I didn't understand you there. I want to just.
I mean, you want some stuff like this page.
Couldn't hear you.
Oh, Jim, he added rchain.cloud in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it doesn't have to be that complicated. It can be much simpler. Or I want to do a
Okay, I know.
deploy.
Just
I want to do a
I know
deploy.
what you want. That the 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 the, the Polkadot had developed a wallet that you can just deploy your contact. I know that's
Even
I will make that it later. Yeah.
in my Ether wallet, you can deploy any contract from my Ether wallet.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to be able to deploy any code. I mean, right now you only deploy the code that's fixed.
Yeah. Check balance and
Transact. Those
transfer.
are the only two things I can deploy. I want to be able to put in a text box code to deploy besides those two things.
Yeah.
Okay, like Ethereum, I want to be able to run some contract, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the code to put a text box up and to do a deploy of what's in that text box is very simple, right?
So I wonder how many people use that. So somebody's going to deploy their smart contract from a text box, possibly without even testing it first.
Well, I mean, they're going to deploy code that accesses stuff, applications that are on the chain.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. In other words, if I put a vote contract on there and I want to get a tally of the results, I want to be able to run the tally, which means I want to be able to put in code that looks up in the registry, the vote and does a get results. Okay, just a simple access I wanted to do. I'm not talking about using it to build applications. I think we need something like that for the chain for it to be useful.
Okay, so we're at the bottom of the hour. We've got about another 30 minutes left or so. So as far as this time for the wallet session, do we want to do? So last week we tried to send each other some Rev, or test Rev rather. Do we want to practice that? See if we can do that. So we've got Isaac. He now has an account, and so he added his name and public address.
It seems the mainnet is blocked. Oh.
Yeah,
Not
that's a good. Yeah, because I was trying to. I'm trying to pull up my balance, and it's just the wheel is just spinning. So I guess there's an issue with being able to check the balance right now with our node.
Yeah,
Oh, is
I
testnet
can
down?
see.
Yeah, is anyone able to view what their current test rev balance is? I'm not able to.
Yeah, I'm not able to. It shows that in the you can see the real time log. It shows that with 4 more block from other validators. I think maybe is there some node is just offline.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe so. It's not.
Right. Okay. Let's see
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
It's I always see this page when there is one node DNS is not uh, correct. Maybe we need to. And Thomas,
Yes.
I'm curious about your HTTP version API. Is that available now?
It is merged and it will be available in the next version.
Okay.
9.19.
So what's the time that next version is be deployed?
I think very, very soon.
Okay.
In
I'm
a
waiting
days.
to test this API.
Yeah. One thing that I noticed, you have included analytics, Google Analytics.
What's that?
On Google Analytics to track users on your site, right?
So it should save the data in the local storage.
No. Did you do this on purpose, or this is part of the framework maybe? Because I've seen some network traffic to the Google Analytics. I can share my screen and show you.
Yeah.
So you can see here that here is the access to Google Analytics. Oh, but this is from Chrome extension, so maybe no. This is Google Analytics, but is it possible that I have some extension that is doing this? Oh no, it is here. Do you see here this access to Google Analytics?
Yeah. I added the Google Analytics to check that is some user page value or user value PVUV this data. Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking that maybe you know on this kind of application, users will not want to have any outside application, to track anything, right? If you
I add a button that you can if you don't want to be checked, it will not check your any data that's in the account private that your there is a join MRW analytics. There is
okay.
a button that you can just switch off.
Maybe the off should be default, right?
Okay, that's no problem.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
can we test the your API in the sandbox? I mean, we shouldn't be testing it on or we shouldn't wait till it's on testnet before we test it, right? We should test it in the sandbox.
Yeah, I'm not sure which version is on the sandbox. Yeah. Maybe Nadzipper, are you here to say? I mean, you can. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have some kind of release just for testing. Yeah, so this is like inconvenient because now if you want to test this version, you need to compile it yourself, which is inconvenient. I can compile it in a Docker, so maybe this can be a way to test it. It's easy for me to put it in Docker and for testing. I think Rafael, you tested, or I put it in a Docker and you tested it.
Yes, I launched it once, and but then I'm back on 18. and with no Docker.
So NetZipper says Sandbox has occupied our node and doesn't have, not the latest version, our dev version.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm looking at, you know, I've seen this problem so often here because of the Casper, what do you call it, the mechanism where it waits, it tries to alternate validators. And but we only ever submit deploys. I mean, we only deploy to node 0. We don't deploy to any other node. So how is it ever going to have a situation where it's going to get a block from another validator if the only one we're proposing to is 0?
I think we have script that deploys to all the validators.
I don't see anything being deployed here other than, I guess I don't, because no block, I wouldn't see them here. But if I go to another net, okay, I go to node 1, and I can see node 1 is waiting for node 0 to, you know, everyone's waiting for someone else to do a deploy. But I don't see any deploys happening anywhere but on node 0.
I think we are now in round robin mode that, you know, each validator will exactly get, you know, deploy that just to create this another block. And then, you know, each validator will then create block one after the other, right? I think this is the point of testnet now.
So when we this propose here goes to node 0, right? Where's the
Arvin, this is the default for you, right? Node
Yes.
0.
What's
I think, Jim, if you go to account,
I mean, I see every deploy on node 0. I don't see them on any other node for check balance. It's a check balance.
because you mean that there is no block added. Yeah, because the Arnold the testnet didn't create new block. It's blocked with you can see the node.
It's waiting
So,
for it's waiting for another node to propose a block.
yeah,
And
yeah.
there's no deploys. There's no deploys. You know, we can look at this all day. We won't see any deploys on node 1.
If you want to see new block, new deploy, you can just refresh your page, and then
It goes to node 0. Doesn't go to node 1.
Because there is no block is added. So you know because the testnet is you can say is filled by now.
Right. The error is creating block must wait for more blocks from other validators.
Yeah,
But
because
there's no deploys. There's no deploys for any other validators. There's none. 0. No deploys. We're not deploying to the other validators. You can see there's no deploys here. This is node 1, no deploys. We were just looking at node 0 and it had lots of deploys.
what's your mean?
Huh?
You mean that is there's no deploy or the no block?
Every time we propose a block, we propose it to node 0. Only node 0, never node 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know you mean that.
Right. And unless we deploy something to another validator, it's just going to be stuck.
Actually,
Hey
let me
guys,
just check it. I think
I
I
can
always
explain.
deploy it to the node 0.
Naziper, can you?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
So don't pay attention to testnet right now. I guess it's broken. So the thing is that one of the nodes, maybe due to DNS error again, proposed a block, and all other validators didn't receive it. So basically, the next validator which turn propose after the failed node is waiting for a block from that node, and as it wasn't be able to receive it, it has a deploy, like a technical deploy that we are putting inside a node just to make sure that we can propose a block. So deploy is in there.
Is there a log I can go to where I can see a deploy from any other node but node 0?
Well, you have to open the full log, and you can see that there is deploy. So basically, when node proposes, immediately after that, we make a technical deploys, and then we try to propose again. So now all nodes try to propose a block, but cannot because they haven't reached the synchrony threshold, synchrony constraint threshold. Does it make sense? So basically,
saying,
you know, when I see deploy on node 0, I see the code, I see the Roland that's deploying. Okay, but on none of the other logs have any Roland code being deployed.
have you just now deployed the codes? I mean, try to deploy the code to each node, and you will see these deploys in logs.
Okay.
Jim, are you talking about My RChain Wallet deploys or
My
your
RChain
deploys?
Wallet. You know, I guess I'm not.
So
I'm not set up to deploy to the nodes right now. I guess I have to set that up to test that. But I would like to see if somebody were to deploy some code to node 1. Okay, would that?
Yes, it will be there. You will see it in logs.
We will see it, and then
and then node will keep trying to propose.
It's still going to be stuck though when it.
Yes, so until we have mergeability in, we're proposing round robin. So if one node failed to propagate its block, the next validator is stuck.
I know, but I'm saying when node 1 does the propose, okay, it's not going to have, then other validators are going to receive a block.
Yes, if some kind of failure didn't happen at this time. For example, DNS failure that we had pretty often on the sandbox and testnets. So when now peers try to pull a block from a failed node, it gets DNS resolve failed instead of a block. Yeah. So, and they won't be able to request this block one more time because it's happened only when if we have mergeability, when we receive another block, which having the failed block as a parent, and then we will request this block again. But this is not the case until we have mergeability. So it's in, but we're not running it also on the testnet. It's in the dev branch.
I see.
So Arvin, I see that. I mean, you can on My RChain Wallet you can change to which validator you want to make deploys. But after refresh, this is reset to node 1. Can you also save this information in the local storage?
Yeah, I
It's-
just save it in the local storage.
Oh, you're already saving it, this, or
I think you can check my local storage, because actually I just save it in the let me just
okay, maybe it's then the problem with UI just.
let me just show it
Mhm.
in the in, in, or if you just change it, it will
Yes.
save. Yeah, then check, it will save.
Can you
By
can you
default,
change to? Mhm.
by default is this.
Okay, okay. If you change to node 1,
I'm still not seeing. I'm not seeing the.
so if you refresh,
It's maybe it's bug. It didn't change. I will fix it later.
okay, okay. So Jim, when you change the node the testnet, the validator here, you will be deployed to another network. But okay, this is bug for now. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a bug. I think because if I change the node, this part should be changed.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
By the way, I just make HTTPS proxy to the gRPC the sock part. So if you will want to connect to the WebSock with the HTTPS, you can use the testnet with the My RChain Wallet.
Okay, cool.
This is yeah, with the WebSock URL, you can see the WebSock.
Cool.
Oh, it should. Mhm. Yeah, this.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Are you running Envoy proxy
Yeah.
or?
It's a WebSock router. You can just connect to this part, this URL to use the WebSock with the WebSock script.
Is this node 1 or you have for each
Node one, node
validator?
one.
Only for
No,
node
no,
1.
no. I just make upstreams. So actually, it should be let me check it. It should be the whole.
I mean, how you switch to different node?
Let me check it. By this time it seems didn't. I see. I remember it should just one node by now.
Okay,
It
for now.
seems
Yep.
the zero for
Yeah.
this test.
Yeah, I mean, it can be problem because you are listening events from one node and deploying to other.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to be completely sure that everything is working as expected, you need to have proxy for each node.
Okay. Maybe I can
So
configure it later with this.
yeah, yeah. Which proxy you are using?
I use the injects.
Okay. Okay.
This time, let me show.
You can create different application paths for each node. So maybe you can use the same domain, but you know, just separate it with different.
Yeah. This time I use this part.
Application.
Just upstream the, so it will direct to 0 to 4 randomly. Maybe I will add the
separate configuration for each node.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, maybe the best. Yeah. Okay.
Can I extend the conversation just a little bit? It's about Tomislav had a word about Google Analytics being loaded in the execution context on the front end. So I'd like to just to show. So I've been working very hard on DAPI last week. So now I added My RChain Wallet inside DAPI to see how it goes.
Cool.
And this way I can I think I can introduce the concept of okay, I'll share my screen, this one. So basically this is My RChain Wallet in Google Chrome browser.
Yeah.
So as Tomislav said, the thing is we have to trust the creator of My RChain Wallet, and we have to check with what services it communicates, like Google Analytics or some private server, some stuff like that. And so I added it into DAPI to illustrate the fact. It is I posted a message about this also in the wallet channel. So I said that DAPI could be cool to have some more secure capabilities. So I'd just like to explain this today. So what I did is I added I booked the name My RChain Wallet on the DAPI name system, and I linked it to the IP server of Arvinx, which is at this IP address. And the host is this one, and I also added the SSL certificate. So what I created is a record for IP application. It means that it will load the web application from an IP server on the internet. So now what happens is when I load the web page, it loads just like the regular Google Chrome page. But the main difference is that DAPI will forbid any traffic going to some other servers than the ones that have been referenced in with the name record. So so right now it does not work because Arvinx has dependency from a CDN. So we might check the logs to see that. Okay, so this is the logs of the tab of My RChain Wallet. So the resources loaded from the server myrchainwallet.com are loaded successfully. But then, if we look at the Chrome DevTool, we see that some requests to unpkg.com have been blocked. So this is basically what DAPI does. It is that it blocks the traffic going to unreferenced servers. So it's the same for Google Analytics. It has been blocked by DAPI. So basically, there is a superior level of trust because Arvinx will have the power to reference the servers that are authorized to that the client is authorized to communicate with, and all the other servers will be blocked. This means that it creates a protection for injection attacks and stuff like that. And so basically, right now, with this IP application, I just have to trust this server. I know that the code won't communicate with any other server. And if, for example, Arvings adds a Google Analytics link and as a client, I don't want my data to be sent to Google Analytics, I can check the record before I load it, and I will see that there is a second server that is referenced with the name, and this way I won't load it. But I can know it before I load the web application. So this is the IP application, and the second one is the DApp. A DApp can have zero dependency from for any web server on the internet. So this way, I know that my execution context on the front side won't even communicate with Irving's server, because he will have previously uploaded all the front-end code of my RChain wallet to the blockchain, to the RChain blockchain. So I can have a web app that does not communicate with internet. So this is the superior level. But I guess for my RChain wallet, we can work on some IP application, because I think it's the right solution. So this was just a small introduction to illustrate my post on the wallet channel, and to explain the why, the raison d'être of DAPI IP applications and their relation with privacy on the client side.
Yeah, nice. You have like a sandbox where you run this like the website, yes. Right? So can you also? I mean, to everything to do everything with My RChain Wallet, you need additional requests to Arnode, right? So
yes.
How can you enable just these few other requests?
It's simple. It's right now I have created the record, but I shouldn't have. So I have stolen this phrase. But when you will create a record on the API, you reference your website certificate, and you can add as many as you want. So of course it has to be SSL, but for example here, Arvings will add his gRPC proxy. So this way the request will be able to go to this gRPC proxy. Nice. If he has 10 gRPC proxies, he must reference all the proxies in this list of IP servers.
Yeah.
So
nice.
That's how it will work.
Cool. Cool. I mean, are you thinking about like some kind of conversion between IP and DAPI application? How you call this? When it's stored on the blockchain.
I call it a DAP. There is two
okay.
Yes. So basically, it will kind of be right now it's kind of two separate things, but they will approach each other as time goes by. For example, right now, a DAP has no possibility to do web request. It is all blocked. It's 100% blockchain web applications, but I think it might be cool to allow DApps to also do server requests, but it will follow the same philosophy, which is all the servers must have been referenced with the name. So the owner of the name, which is who is Arvings, or it can also be an organization, has 100% control over the communication of the front-end code.
Yeah, nice.
So I hope I'll be able to have my RChain wallet running in DAPI with full functionalities, and I think it will come pretty soon, maybe with the next release. So that's it.
Cool. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about DAPI. Did you look into Snap packages to package up DAPI in the Snap package?
I'm doing it with some Electron Builder NPM libraries, but it has a.
I think it should be very straightforward to convert a DEP package to Snap package.
Oh,
so,
I don't. Yes, I'm not very familiar with.
The Snap package manager is on Ubuntu, and it's very you can then have even more security to the clients because installation is in a separate partition on the disk. So you know the users who installed DAPI, you don't need to trust.
Okay. It does not have access to his regular operating system.
Yes, at least the hard disk. I'm not sure. But yeah.
Yes, because right now I distribute the deb file through the website. Yes. Okay. So I don't know about Snap, but I'll check it.
I think it should be simple.
Yeah. Can the DAPI just use these static files, HTML files, or just CSS like that?
Yes, DAPI it can have no JavaScript, just a big HTML file. Anything you
because
want.
My RChain Wallet the deploy source file is in this branch, just pages. So maybe you can just use this file to load it in the DAPI. So it maybe can.
Okay.
You needn't to just load the URL. It's just you can use the source file.
And this index does not has a link to with a CDN.
The CDN is in here. No. The CDN part is here in the index file, I think.
Yes.
I'm not very
the
sure.
Google Analytics will be blocked, and the CDN.
If you using this source file, I think the CDN part will be just removed or not very.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will
because that your question is that is the same source or the website to control if your just this resource is from the same domain. So if you just load the files, it will have not the domain this concept. So your question maybe can be solved.
Okay, so I will try with static files.
Yeah. You can also build it yourself, right? It's just Node.js application, so you can just build the static site for yourself.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. We're at the top of the hour. Anyone have any final thoughts or remarks? Okay, so I'll post this session later today on Discord, and I'll see everybody here next week. So have a great week, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
See you.
Great work, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.